Hello and welcome to a new computer game called Swival. Swival is a new game of skill and strategy for either two players or alternatively one player versus the computer. Let's begin a game of player versus player as selected on the menu bar at the top. As you can see, there are two sets of counters, one red and one black. Whoever has the red counters must go first. The idea of the game is to obtain a line of 3 by placing your one counter in the outer circle, one counter on a middle circle, one counter on the inner circle, which thereby gives you a line of 3, and you can be the first to place the winning counter on the middle circle. Let's start a new game here. Your opponent will be trying to get his line of 3 before you do. However, there is a twist to the whole game, literally. So let's start a new game. Red goes first, black follows, red goes second, black follows, red goes third and has a line of 3, but it's black's turn. So black goes and then swivels red to the left anti-clockwise by clicking on the swivel button. As you can see, all the counters on the middle circle have been rotated one place to the left, i.e. anti-clockwise. It is now red's turn to play. He can form a line of 3, and if he wishes, swivel himself back. Unfortunately, this gives black a line of 3, allowing black to win the game by placing the middle circle. Now that's an example of player versus player. Let's start a new game. But this time we'll select computer, player versus computer, easy, from the menu at the top. As before, red must go first, but after red plays its counter, he then has a short time to change his mind and undo the move. At the bottom of the screen is something called red think time. This is the number of seconds he has in order to change his mind. In this case, it is set to 5 seconds. After red has played his counter, he then has 5 seconds to change his mind, and click on the undo last button. Once again, red can start over. Let's try that one more time. Red plays a counter, changes his mind, he has 5 seconds to undo that move. The computer, on the other hand, can never change his mind. After red has played, it's the computer's turn. The computer plays. It's now red's turn again. The computer plays again and has decided to block red's line of 2. Let's say that red plays here and then swivels himself into a line of 3. Black plays and undoes the line of 3 by swiveling. And so the game continues. Now, somewhat of interest, on the bottom right here is another icon called Show the Swivel Brain. If you wish to follow the thinking of the computer, you can click on this icon to display a new window which displays everything that the computer is trying to do. This is the window that shows you the brain thinking. The top box here can be displayed by clicking on Display Just Moves. This is a simplified display that shows you each move made by the red and the computer. For example, in this game, red played to drop spot 8. Then black played drop spot 18. Red played 24, black played 16, Red played 7 and then red swiveled clockwise. So this gives you an overview of the game as you have just played. If you want a more detailed information, click on the other button below which says Display Brain Thinking. Now this window gives you a lot more information about what the brain does to think out each of its moves. For example, brain thinking for move 5. The brain says, check if black has a line of 3. Then it said, check if red has a line of 3. Then black must swivel left. It decides for some reason that black must swivel left. Then it thinks, check if black can now swivel into a line of 3. Then, guess I am free to move anywhere. Black played 13. So this information gives you much more detail as to how the brain decides on its next move. The matrix at the bottom here is just the means by which the brain knows where all of the counters are placed. The top part of the matrix is the outer circle, then the middle circle, and the inner circle. In this case, red has a 1 on the outer, black on the middle, and red on the inner, so nobody has a line of 3. You can print out that display by clicking on the Print Brain Display button at the bottom. So whether you can use this information to help you figure out how the computer makes its moves is entirely up to you. Right, let's finally just watch one more game of the player versus the computer easy. I'll reduce the think time down to 1 second so that the game proceeds more quickly. Red goes first, as always. Computer plays. I'm going to let the computer win this game, just to make things a little quicker. Black wins, the computer wins. So, if you enjoy the game of chess and checkers, you will almost certainly enjoy playing Swivel. To download the game, simply go to the Microsoft App Store. Good luck, and may the Swivel be with you.